Have you ever think of rolling beneath the sea from London to Paris in just a few hours? Well, that's the allure of the Eurostar. And in this video, I take you on board one of Europe's most iconic train journeys. From the quiet streets of London on a frosty winter morning, through historic St. Pancras station and deep under the English Channel, all the way to the heart of Paris. I'll show you what the journey is really like, review the seat, check out the food options, talk cost versus airfare, and yes, even attempt a toilet review. If you're a train lover, a Eurotrip planner, or just travel curious, this is one ride you don't want to miss. So hop on the train because this is the last boarding call. Our trip started a cold winter morning in London, the kind of morning where even your coffee needs a coffee. But this wasn't just any morning. I was about to hop on one of Europe's most iconic train journeys, the Eurostar from London to Paris. This is a trip I always wanted to make since I was a kid. Imagine a kid in the 90s watching in awe news of this awesome feat of engineering and its impact in traveling across Europe, and especially France and the UK, and I remember promised myself that I will go and ride that train one day. It's been 30 years since the first commercial trip of the Eurostar, but never too late. Here I am, and I plan to enjoy it. We departed from our hotel in Piccadilly Circus area at a time when all the buzz is at rest. Only a few people preparing for the day, and we pick up our pace because the cold make us want to dove underground to catch the tube to St. Pancras International. We love the historic station architecture and must say, the London Underground system may be old, but it's very efficient. We arrived at St. Pancras International Station around 8:30 a.m., 1 hour before our scheduled departure. There are plenty of retail and eateries options available throughout the station. However, for being a Sunday, I guess there wasn't much going on at that particular time of day. Only a few eateries and the mini supermarket was open. Typically, trains are called to board 20 to 30 minutes before departure, but Eurostar recommends arriving at least 1 hour or even 1.5 hours during busy travel period. We were there 1 hour before, and it was manageable. Our departure time was not still being called out yet, so we took the time to get some things to bite and a coffee. It's worth mentioning that the Eurostar runs frequently throughout the day, typically every hour during peak times and at least every 2 hours during quieter periods. On a normal weekday, there are around 10 to 12 direct trains between London and Paris. That means you've got plenty of flexibility when planning your trip. Just keep in mind that early bookings usually get the best fares. The current admittance to boarding area is made via the screens or a post at the beginning of the queue. Our departure time was called 30 minutes before boarding time at 9 a.m. You can use the QR code issued with your tickets in the confirmation email to scan at the gates, and right after your baggage will go through a scan, but nothing like airport security. The Eurostar check-in process was pretty smooth. After passing X-ray checks, you go to passport control where both border agents are. First, they validate your exit from the United Kingdom, and then they admit you into France and the entire European zone. I guess this changed after Brexit. Was this different before Brexit? If you know, let me know in the comments below. Once inside the boarding area, there's not much to do. It's small, cramped, and with fewer seats than passengers. My recommendation is to get as much as you need and have your meals before entering the boarding area. There's only 2 food outlets, the ubiquitous Pret a Manger, and another one, but prices seem to be a bit higher than pre-boarding. Also, the area serves 4 or 6 platforms at the same time, and it can be very crowded. Fortunately, we didn't get away too much as boarding was called at 9:15 and platform was open to board our train and cross the channel. Our car, or coach like they name it in the Eurostar, was number 17 and it was sold away across the platform, so we had to walk alongside the entire train. We did not have any issues to place our bags in the luggage racks and placed our backpacks in the spaces above the seats. We found our allocated seats very easily and we could see the coach progressively getting to full capacity as the departure time approached. Now, let's have a look at the seat itself. Finally on board, seat 47, 48. London St. Pancras International. Let's have a look at the seat of the Eurostar in classic class. Seat table. So, okay, to put a device or something in here. Well, I wouldn't say that's for a device, so it's not very safe for a device. Good thing in this seat we've got UK power outlet and Europe power outlet. We've got, oh, I don't have USB. Oh yeah, no, we don't have USB. Only Europe type and UK type power outlet. We've got seat pocket. It's, yeah, not very generous, but it's alright. The seat feels very comfortable. It doesn't have movable neck support. It has some sort of head support, but overall it's way better than an economy class seat in an airplane. So let's start our journey to Paris in the Eurostar. We departed from St. Pancras like clockwork at 9:30 a.m. I was curious about the speed, and unlike other trains that shows the current speed in the car itself, the display on the one we were riding today was a bit buggy, and then I went on a walk to change cars, to check out the toilets and the meals card. I finally found a display showing our speed, almost 300 km per hour. Essentially, the space between cars is used for toilets and luggage room. There are larger spaces for luggage between cars, and in the cars there are smaller spaces, so you need to be quick when boarding to be able to use one of these spaces. I kept wandering until I found the food cart. There are some small bites and drink options if paying €7 for a sandwich is something you would do. Also, there are seat and standing spaces to socialize or stretch your legs. I felt the cravings for being around food myself and ended up buying a €2 pizza. Obviously, not a bargain, but I was hungry and curious. We pay €2 for a Kit Kat.
We're supposed to pay for that ourselves, right?
But we are in the Eurostar, so I guess it's worth it. At some point, I wanted to do the lavatory review for the first time ever in a train, but it was gonna be a big mistake. I couldn't really enter the toilet. There are places that better remain unentered, and toilets in this cart were one of them. I went back to my seat for the rest of the trip, which at this time was about to leave England and initiate the Channel path. I started to do some work as we approached the Strait of Dover. Set up my laptop and start doing some work. Now that we entered into the tunnel, I lost mobile data signal and want to rely on the train Wi-Fi. Unfortunately, it was hit and miss during the entire tunnel crossing. But it wasn't that dramatic, as the time you really spend into the tunnel is less than 30 minutes. Now, let's talk about money. I paid around €58, around 67 USD per passenger for this one-way ticket. This is the standard Eurostar experience. I was locked in to make this trip by train, but even if you're thinking of comparing this experience with air travel, we can easily see why people prefer the train trip. Even fares being similar in amount value, the train experience fares better comparatively. First of all, you don't need to worry about baggage or seat fees. Obviously, the air travel takes 1 hour less, but add the amount of time you need to be in the airport prior to your departing time compared to the 30 to 45 minutes before for the train ride is almost a no-brainer. Also, the ultimate time comparison is how long it takes for you to get from between city centers. In this particular case, the overall London city center to Paris city center will take 3 hours, whereas by plane, you may be wasting 1.5 hours getting from Paris into Charles de Gaulle or Orly airports, or from London to, say, Heathrow or Gatwick. So overall, in this particular route, the Eurostar presents a better option to move people from London to Paris, or Brussels and other Europe destinations.
And just like that, we are in France now. We are on the other side of the channel.
Back above ground, and a few minutes later, we were approaching Paris. We rolled into Gare du Nord from London's winter chill to Parisian vibes, but same cold weather in under 3 hours.
Dear passengers, welcome to Paris. In a few minutes we will arrive in Paris Gare du Nord, where the local time is 12:46. Please take a moment to check that you have all your personal items with you. The exit is towards the front of the train. To ensure your safety, please take care and mind the gap between the transepts on the platform. Thank you for choosing to travel with Eurostar. Big winner way to go.
Train travel in Europe is something really special that you need to experience. Let's wrap this up while we disembark in Gare du Nord, which is connected not just to the whole Paris transport system, but the entire network of France. From this station, you can easily get in one or a few hops to anywhere in France and other nearby European countries. The experience in the train was very good, even with the standard product. Unlike the toilets episode, I do not complain of anything else. The seats were 3 hours comfortable and the ride is super smooth. Punctuality was superb, and the fact that you spare airport security, seats and baggage fees will make me choose this option again over flying London to Paris. I recorded this video as part of my European travel. We spent a few days here in Paris before leaving to South America for work. Check this video from Paris to Bogota aboard Avianca business class product, or this playlist if you're curious about other flight reviews I have made. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and leave your comments below. And finally, and while I enjoy this hot chocolate in Paris Gare du Nord at 0 degrees, I would like to thank you and my now more than 400 subscribers to tune to my video. It makes me super happy and thankful for your support. Also, if you like what you saw, please consider subscribe to my channel. It will mean a lot to me and motivates me to keep posting my experiences. Thanks everyone for watching, and see you in our next adventure.